Hi everybody, welcome back to Churners, welcome back to DayZ, welcome back to the Nitrado private server on the PlayStation 4. Thanks for everybody coming along. So, what are we going to do this evening? Well, you may remember in last night's stream, I was coming here to in Novi Sabor, because I wanted to see if I could manage to spawn in a truck with some goodies in. Unfortunately, it didn't spawn in, so a little bit disappointing, but hey, that's the life of a DayZ modder on console. And we had a nice little adventure on the way anyway. So, what I've done is I've added, what's that there? 9-volt battery, don't mind if I do. I have added a couple of spawn points to the northwest airfield for these trucks, with the idea that when you're spawning in some of the more unusual items in DayZ, things that aren't really meant to be in the game, sometimes you can have trouble spawning in and you need a very, very flat surface. And what could be the better flat surface than the airfield? In fact, if you watch any of Don Sibley's videos on it, he tends to concentrate on doing it on the let's fill this up again, doing it on an airfield, so I thought I need to get up to the airfield anyway, because even if this doesn't work, that's where I want to be to practice spawning in some items, because I've got some ideas for mods I want to do for the next season on the Scalespeeder gaming private server. So yeah, so I thought it would be a good place to go. Right, are we good to go? So what have we got? We might have to stop and cook some steaks on the way. We've got loads of space in our backpack. What's that there? We've got some Christmas lights, just in case. We've got some nails, we've got some hatchets. What we got there? We've got some spare shoes. Our shoes, anyway, are in pretty good condition. So, but forgive me while I have a quick look at the chat, because I haven't looked at the chat. And I fired up the video. Right, let's have a look. If you're watching this on YouTube, what I do is I stream these videos, the PlayStation ones, to YouTube, and then I just put them up. Not Asian Flu says, "Hey Scale, good evening," and Aaron says, "Hi Scalespeeder." Another one. I know. It's because you don't realise how much you miss DayZ until you play it. You think, God, this is such a good game. Actually, I was watching a little bit of the Running Man Z's latest video, and he does these really good videos. He spends an awful lot of time editing them and making sure that they're all exciting and not just like, I mean, when I do my videos like this where I'm playing DayZ, it's just one long massive stream, but he'll play for like several hours and then edit it all together. Okay, so let's have a look at the I Survive map. So, where do we need to go from Novi to get up to the airfield? It's only just around the corner, isn't it? So, we could go through Starry Sabor. In fact, oh yeah, I want to go through Starry Sabor because I also want to check to see if things are spawning in. Because one of the problems you sometimes get when you're mucking around with spawnable events and things like that is you end up breaking the spawn system, and it's not always completely apparent to start off with. Right, here we go the right way. And all of a sudden, you know, there won't be any zombies, or there won't be any police cars, you know, and that's a good indication that something has gone wrong. Aaron says, definitely, I'm always on DayZ at the moment. Yes, it's very, very good. Very, very good. It's a beautiful day here in Cherners. Remember, when you're watching this on the streamer, I do only stream at 720p. You shall be mine. Oh, I haven't got a knife anymore. Oh. Oh, can I use my sword to... Oh, what a waste. Oh, damn. I've killed a chicken for no reason. I can't cut him up. Sorry, chicken. Oh, dear. Right, so we need to find a knife. Yeah, so we'll go through Starry Sabor, and then we'll cut up through Cabino to get to the airfield. We're running fairly light, so we've got a reasonable amount of stamina. The only thing we haven't really got is food ready to eat, but we have got some wolf steaks in our backpack ready to be cooked. We've got matches, we've got a hatchet, we've got our trusty sword. So off we go. Just keeping an eye out for mushrooms and the like. A stone knife, yes, or I could make a stone knife. They're quite difficult to find these days, stones, aren't they? You don't see them very often. Like, they should be here, shouldn't they? Okay, here we go. So when we're coming into town, so what we're looking for here is it would be nice to see a police car. I really want to see police car spawns. Or even an ADA or something like that. Zombies, obviously, we want to see. Generally, if zombies are spawning, that's always a good sign. These aren't spawn cars, are they? These are just wrecks. Empty. It's not very, very quiet. That's just an ordinary car, isn't it? Alright, that's good. So, it's always a good sign to see zombies spawning in, because it means generally your events are working okay. Come on and taste my brain crusher sword. Nice. Nothing for me. So let's have a quick look through some of these houses just to see if we can find a kitchen knife or something like that. Oh, what was that? A belt. Brilliant. So if we find a sheath, or a water bottle, or a holster, not that I've got a pistol. Gentleman always wears a belt though, doesn't he? To hold up one. Actually, gentlemen probably wear suspenders. So a quick look in the bus. Ballistic vest. Again, that's just a... they just spawn in those, don't they? So is there a water pump on the left here? Not many zombies though, are there? Yeah, there is. Okay, so we've got a water pump. Little kiosks. Gosh, those little kiosks, they always remind me of when you're in Cherno as a fresh spawn and you're starving to death and you're looking for anything to eat. Oh, there's a cooking pot. Always good for carrying water. Actually, I don't want it though. I don't want it. The problem with the cooking pots, I find, is that you fill them with water. Oh, look, is the again one of my favourite things in DayZ, the map. I've got one of those on my wall. I put a video on the YouTube channel up today. Actually, I've just got the Livonia one. Very good. What was I saying? Can't remember. We might find some strawberry jam. We might as well just eat that. Let me get my bearings. Okay, there's the church. So we want to follow this road basically all the way along. Well, we've got a few zombies around. We do need to be reasonably careful. Is this a superstore? Superstore. That'd be a fine thing, wouldn't it? There's never that much in these things. Yes, it does seem to be as good as the axe. Look at these bare shelves. Just like good old days in communist Russia. So we might as well have a quick look in here. I just can't help looting. I don't know about you, but what have we got here? Working boots, don't need those. Nothing here. Okay, let's crack on. So, what we're looking for... What I really want to see is a police car spawn, or a any other type of spawn, like an Ada or something like that. Okay, because there normally would be a police car spawn there, as I think. Because if police cars aren't spawning in, that would indicate that my trucks aren't going to spawn in either. Okay, let's just check the compass, make sure we're going in the right direction. Northeast, northwest, which is correct. Good, good, good. Alright. We've got the long run now. Aaron Hall's pickaxe breaks the rocks too. Other than that, pretty much trails and railways. That sword's wicked. Yes, it's very nice, isn't it? Very nice. I have a sword, and I have some cannabis seeds as well, so if he gets really desperate. Excuse me. Oh, just having a little drink. Gosh, it's, I think we've probably got an hour or so before the sun goes down. So if we get to the northwest airfield before then, that would be good. Right, what should we be looking for here? There isn't really anything here to get to Cabino. Hope everybody's had a good weekend, even though still in lockdown. Okay, so is this Cabino? This is Cabino. So we're gonna look for a few houses because I really would like to find a knife. I don't feel comfortable without a knife. Bit of a small town, this one. We should keep an eye out for helicopter crashes as well, because that's a good sign that spawns are working. Let's get our... just in case we come across any of the undead. We need to dispatch them to the netherworlds. That was definitely the long way around to get into this building. Oh, an axe. We don't need an axe. In fact, how is the sword doing? So pristine. Excellent. Again, there's a zombie up ahead. Zombie Vicar, always a good sight. Oh, look. CR527 hunting rifle, I believe. Complete with scope. But I'm on a PvE server, so yeah. No need for any of that shenanigans. I'm not going hunting or anything like that. But we will check out this little shop. do seem to find quite a lot of hunter's pants and things. Oh, what's that? 308 win. I mean, I don't know. Oh. Hello, zombie type personage. There we are. You're better off. You're better off like that, aren't you? God, I can't wait. Can you imagine what it's going to be like on the new consoles playing DayZ? Ooh, someone's not very happy. Okay, we've got a couple to deal with. Alright. No problem with Brain Biter. My sword. If anybody's watching the stream who is new to DayZ, maybe because it recently came out on Xbox Game Pass, which is brilliant. So if you've got Xbox and you've got Game Pass, you can basically play this game for, well, it's not free because you're paying for Game Pass, aren't you? But DayZ, if you're thinking, oh god, you're not getting on with it, you know, maybe you're struggling, trust me, stick with it. DayZ is an incredibly frustrating game to learn, but once you've kind of got a basis of the controls, and as far as surviving goes, if you can survive for the first hour, you know, and get enough food and drink to survive for an hour, you're pretty much good to go then, unless you're on a public server and you get shot, or a PvP private server and you get shot. Once you become kind of self-sufficient, where you've got a little bit of food, you've got a bottle of drink, or maybe you've got some cans, then you can really start exploring. That's what I really love about DayZ, and the fact that, you know, to start off with, your horizons are really, really small. It's just about getting to the, you know, can you find that next drink? Can you find that next tin of baked beans? And then you get over that hump, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, right, so I've now got enough food to survive, you know, for a few hours. What's my bigger plan? You know, am I going for military stuff? Am I just trying to make the most of my situation? Am I going to hang around on the coast? You know, you've got all these decisions that you can make, because, you know, there are no objectives. The only win state is to stay alive, and therefore you make your own game. So you may be a little bit like me, where you just play the game mainly I mean, I'm planning on doing some streams where I go back onto public servers. Definitely want to have a crack at doing that and have a bit of adventure, because I did start doing one called the Deer Hunter, which was pretty cool. Because I nabbed a deer. Okay. So still no police cars spawning. It's slightly worrying. Okay, so if we head northeast from here, we are going to hit... So that's north, isn't it? So the airfield is basically this direction. We shouldn't bump... There isn't really wolf country around here, so we should be pretty safe to go cross country. As I say, it'd be nice to see a helicopter crash. So what I've done, I've added 3 possible spawn points at the corners of the airfield, the actual airstrip, you know, the runway. Here we go. This is the perimeter of the NWAF, as DayZ pros like to call it. Actually, I'm not a DayZ pro. I can't hack it. That's why I play on my own server, so that I don't have to worry about running into other people. Right. Thanks everybody for joining the stream and watching. It's brilliant. Remember, you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button if you like DayZ content, Call of Duty, PUBG. Tend to be shooter-ish. All my videos, the games I tend to enjoy playing are normally based around some sort of shooting. You know, like Sniper Elite. And I really enjoy this kind of era, you know, sort of real guns, not too much science fiction. Really like Battlefield as well, though Battlefield 5 was a bit disappointing this time, wasn't it? I think we can all agree. There was something seriously wrong with the development of Battlefield 5. Seriously wrong. When you compare it to the likes of Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4, something seriously went wrong with the development of Battlefield 5. Hopefully with Battlefield 6, they're going to sort that out. Here we go. Now, I'm not expecting much here. I never am when it comes to mods, and I know this is a bit of a weird way of testing mods. Really, what I would normally do is I would normally set up a separate test server and spawn in the items that I wanted to spawn in, and then I would spawn in my character right near to them rather than wandering around the map like we are here. But I wanted to get back into enjoying DayZ, well, playing DayZ, and I've missed it. And I haven't got a test server set up at the moment. I might set one up next week, I don't know. But obviously on this server I've got people. Although, am I by myself? Yeah, I'm by myself at the moment, but there's about 10 to 15 other people who come on, you know, and they're wandering around doing stuff, so I can't very well be resetting the server all the time. Right, here we go. So we're at the corner of the airstrip. So from what I remember when I was doing the files earlier, I set one to spawn over here, which clearly it hasn't. But you see how flat the airfield is. The idea is that because we have problems spawning stuff in a lot of the time on the airfield, if we could spawn something in on this flat surface. Right, the other thing... Ooh, where are we? I chose 3 spawn points. Hopefully far enough apart that they wouldn't affect each other. So pretty quiet, isn't it? No zombies. Again, slightly worried. I'm always worried when there's no zombies because you're always like, has the loot system broken? Big Luke Gaming says, that's why I got a private server to not get PvP'd. Payday 2 is good. Payday 2 is good, yes. Yes, I do have it on the PlayStation. It's a bit clunky. Music is great though. Okay. I think this is one of the places where I set the other one to appear. Nope, nothing there. Okay, and so the final place was right at the top of the airfield, ran to the sort of the tip, closer to where the C-130 is. So let's go and have a look. Though I haven't got much hope, because if those two haven't spawned, there's no reason why something would have spawned up here. Still got quite a long way to go. It's a big old place, the Northwest Airfield, isn't it? A real military base, this one. Actually, it's more like a commercial. Think about it. It's more like a commercial air place. But yeah, see all these lovely flat areas. These would be good for spawning things in. It could be the fact that I've chosen a vehicle that just isn't working at the moment. I chose to spawn in the truck, and it might be that they're just not working. I'll just have a quick look up here. There's no zombies, is there? Let's go this way. I just want to check that there's zombies. Should be zombies around here somewhere. Oh right, there we go. Oop. Yep, definitely zombies. We've had some great battles on there, haven't we? Where's the big chimney that I fell off that time? There it is. Oh, I fell off the top of that thing. Yeah, that was so funny. We were having this battle on the airfield, and I was recon, Overwatch I guess you'd say, watching the guys who had taken the control tower. And it was going really well, and then we kept getting shot, and everybody got killed. Well, almost everybody got killed, and I didn't even get shot. I just stepped off in the wrong place and fell to my death, which is a little bit embarrassing to say the least. Good evening, Vito Giuseppe Palumbo. Apologies if I made a mess of that. Those zombies still following me. Oh, this had enough. Right, what do we got? Is this the very top? Not yet. So the purpose of tonight's stream and this video, if you're watching on YouTube, it's just going to be a short one, because then the idea was just to test to see if I'd managed to get these trucks to spawn in up on the NWAF, the Northwest Airfield, but it looks like they haven't, so I've got to go back, look at my code, see what could have got wrong. Probably it's probably something to do with the fact that the truck's not spawning in properly at the moment. I did actually, if you watched yesterday's video where we went to Novi, there was an error in my syntax for my spawnable positions, whichever, you know, that file. So that's why it didn't work last night. And really, with these things, I should be resetting and reinstalling the server in between time. Right, it doesn't look like it's here because this is where it was have been. As you can see, this is a great place for stuff. It's so flat here. Okay, a little bit disappointing, but hey, that's DayZ for you. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind finding out. What's this here? They're the lights, aren't they? Because we can spawn in C-130s. But I don't think this is the C-130 we spawn in. Oh, it might be. Actually, it is, yeah, I think that is the C-130 we spawn in. See if there's anything inside. Nope. Okay, so there we go. The experiment hasn't worked this time, but it doesn't mean we're not gonna. Doesn't mean we're going to stop trying. But what this does mean is I will call it a Vito Giuseppe says, thanks buddy, I just discovered your channel while searching for DayZ PS4 info. Maybe I can ask you something about the game. I'm looking for help. Go on then, quick question before I finish. What we'll do, we'll... That's a NATO thing. Right, so what's your question, Vito? In fact, let's take this character off so we don't get eaten by wolves or something. I saw DayZ on sale on PSN, so do you think it's worth buying it right now? What you need to do is watch some gameplay of DayZ, right? And if you like the look of it, if it intrigues you, then I would say by all means get it. Especially, I would always recommend people get it on sale. You know, don't pay the full price, don't pay £40 for it. Just remember that it is very janky, it is very buggy, it does have a very difficult learning curve to start off with. It is incredibly frustrating to learn this game. When I first started playing DayZ, I thought it was the worst game ever. I couldn't understand how someone could have put out this game. Now, I think it's one of the best games ever. But it took me, you know, probably took me about 5 or 6 hours playing the game before it started to started to click, and I was like, oh right, I kind of see what this is all about. You know, when I first had to pick up an apple and tell my cat, put it, you know, pick up an apple and I want to eat it, you know, the mechanics you have to go to. The first time I had to reload a magazine and individually put the bullets into the magazine, that blew my mind. I was like, this is mental, this is crazy, why would anybody want to do this? But when you get into the game, that's all part of the enjoyment. Yeah, so if you like the look of the gameplay, and you know, and watch raw gameplay, don't watch the edited ones where people edit like 15 hours worth of gameplay into half an hour. It's got to be raw, like a stream. Watch somebody streaming it, like Running Man Z. And if you think, yep, that looks good to me, I'm fascinated, I want to have a go, then go for it. But as I say, be aware for a lot of frustration. So anyway, I do have DayZ on PC, but now on console people say I do not like this game on PS4. Still don't know why. Yeah, I like it. I think it's... I've got it on PC. I mean, I play it for GeForce Now. I mean, if you've played a lot of DayZ on PC, will you get anything more out of playing it on PlayStation, or is it just because PlayStation is a more convenient way of gaming? And if that is the case, great. Just remember, DayZ on PC is a lot smoother than on PlayStation, and DayZ was designed for keyboard and mouse originally, so things like the inventory are very clunky. It takes a lot of getting used to, but you'll still get the same enjoyment out of it. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thanks everybody for watching, thanks everybody for subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you all again soon. Good night.